On 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Houston Rockets. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sidelines. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs, one and done. He says there's a reason people tune into every football game. The college tournament in 63 games gets more TV money than we do in our entire regular season. The more drama, the more TV ratings, the more money. Kevin?
What's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you just talked about. Maybe, DA, less is more. And thanks for the report. Here's the starting group for Houston. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. And for the Pistons, Ivy is out there with Cade Cunningham. Then it's Duren. Then it's Bagley. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward.
Boy, this hurts to have to bring up, but I was there for the Rockets title-winning days. Back in '94, when I was with the Knicks, I saw Houston in the finals firsthand.
So Detroit will get the first possession. And here's Ivy. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. Here's Bagley. Smith with the defensive effort. Outside, Green. Passes to Şengün. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Smith, top of the key. Shoots it. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Back-to-back titles for the Rockets in the mid-90s. You were just talking about that. Greg, what sticks out to you about those teams?
First and foremost, the dream. Hakeem Olajuwon, he doesn't get his due at times, but the dream is one of the all-time greats. Olajuwon's defense really changed games.
Now, here's Ivy. No good there off the double clutch. And a wide-open look for Porter. Those three-pointers off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
It's stolen. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. For the three. Rebounded by the Pistons. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
An interconference matchup. They face these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
Now, here's Cunningham. His last outing, he had 18 points.
Huge challenge at the rim. The defender could not have played that any better.
And Porter, here we go. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you could see them losing confidence, and it turned into a domino effect.
For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against the Cavaliers.
Really consistent with their aggression. In that game, we saw very few lulls from an intensity standpoint.
A couple things stood out for me. They were relentless, and they also played under control. That's a deadly combination.
Offensive rebound. Duren. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And how about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody.
Back to Porter. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Scooped up. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why: lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Smith. It's been a little over a decade, Steve, since the Pistons last made real noise in the playoffs.
They've had a tough run of it lately, but rebuilding periods are never pretty, Kevin. They just need time to get back to contender status.
Now, here's Duran. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. He's covered by Bogdanovich. They kick it out to Green. Oh, and here we go. Cunningham heading to the hoop. Pass to Bagley. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And how about the strength on display there? Even when you whack Bagley, he's outstanding at fighting through it.
Well, we know the players enjoyed the rest they get during All-Star Weekend. But, Greg, you think it should be moved to later in the season?
I like how the current format splits up the season, but it seems more fair to hold an All-Star towards the end of the season so that voters get a more complete look at each player.
GA, the Houston Rockets coming off back-to-back losing seasons, and that has been tough for that franchise and for the city.
And, Kevin, no doubt it affects the team's morale. It's hard to find the positives and see the road ahead, but listen, you got to stay strong and focus on just getting better every day.
Now, here's Green. He picked up 33 points in their last win against Cleveland. And stolen by Ivy. To the middle, trying to find Bagley and gets it to him. Over Smith. Here's Bogdanovich. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Green left side. Here's Smith. Off the left rim and out. Detroit's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster. Guys hungry to prove they belong.
And the first one drops.
And you love what Bojan Bogdanovich has done to round out his game. Worked very hard to become a complete player.
And it's tied up with that one.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Bounce pass Smith. Pass to Şengün. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got his fourth rebound in this one. Ivy passes to Cunningham. Knocks down the three ball.
Good instincts from Cade. He doesn't think too hard about it. He just shoots.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Green. Just 5 to shoot. Can they get it? Another miss by Houston.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Ivy. 14 points from him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. The offensive rebound. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 5 points so far.
You can't forget to box out Cade, using that length to track down second chance opportunities.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Well, you look at the counting numbers for Cade Cunningham. He fills up a stat sheet. The key for him moving forward, though, efficiency.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Rockets, trailing by 5. The pass to Şengün. And the shot goes down. And you talk about Cade's efficiency. Greg, on a struggling team, that can be a challenge.
Yeah, without great shooters around him, he's forced into taking tough shots or turnovers. And as the team improves, though, I think the percentages should come around.
Now, here's Duren. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. For the Pistons, Stewart comes in for Bagley, and Diallo subbed in for Bogdanovich. Rockets trail by 3. Porter looking it over. Here's Green. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duren's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And so it's Houston with it after the basket by Detroit. Back to Green. Over Diallo. Another miss by Houston.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Now, here's Ivy. Guarded closely. Stewart finds Diallo. Kept alive. Goes back up. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Right now, it's their passing game, and it's been on point, doing a great job of moving it around and getting the ball to their shooters.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
And he makes the first. Alec Burks checked in for Detroit. Hayes comes in for Ivy. Second free throw, no good. Rockets trail by 6. Tate the pass to Martin. It's hauled in by Diallo.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Second shot opportunity to the wing right side. And Hayes kicks to Burks. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot. It's rebounded by Houston.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Garuba, guarded by Stewart. It's hauled in by Stewart.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Burks' shot is good.
Terrific body control from Burks, reading angles and creating space.
Here's Washington. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Now a timeout called by Houston. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's Martin after Alec Burks has scored. Martin, the pass to Tate to stop the drought, and he sinks the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Hayes. Over to the wing. Now here's Diallo. He's tightly guarded. Here's Stewart. Drops in the layup for two.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Rockets trail by 8. Passes it to Christopher. Pass to Tate. It's deflected. Pass to Diallo. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Diallo's got his second bucket tonight.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Here's Washington, following the bucket by the Pistons. Here's Garuba. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. Pistons leading by 8. Now here's Hayes. He kicks to Burks. Shot clock at 5. Duran the pass to Hayes. And Duran slams it in.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And now another look at that great drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And continuing to press their advantage, they're not taking their foot off the gas.
Now, here's Washington. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And too long on the shot. The Pistons shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Throws it up high. Pistons keep it alive.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Now, here's Washington. The pass to Tate. Poked away. Washington inside. Covered by Hayes. Tries yet again. And no problem from Washington as he finishes at the rim.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
34 seconds left in the first quarter. There's Diallo. Tries again. Here's Stewart. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Martin, the pass to Christopher. It's good from long range. Christopher's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Hayes. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Daring the D to get aggressive. I like when Hayes takes initiative like this.
Pistons have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. That free throw good from Hayes.
The size Hayes possesses at his position is unique. He's good at using his physical advantages.
Hayes hits them both. One second left. No good on that one. And so it's the Detroit Pistons ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. Now, here's Şengün. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Smith.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Here's Cunningham, following the basket by Jabari Smith. To the inside, Ivy. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Ivy's got his first 2 points.
The skill guard Cunningham has a fantastic feel for when his teammates are uncovered.
And like a lot of top picks, Cade Cunningham had to deal with some adversity in his rookie season.
Greg, he had been part of winning teams for his entire life. He was introduced to just how competitive the NBA is. But he says it's only sharpened his focus.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jalen Green is on a mission. He says, every time I step on the floor, I always have something to prove to who's ever in those stands. A lot of people will hate on me or have their opinions. I'm just going to think about that when I step on the floor. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Kevin?
That's a great chip to keep on his shoulder. David, thanks. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Green.
Putting his size to use. Green's got great length, and it helps him there inside.
Now, here's Ivy. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. A nice shot by Bogdanović.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Here's Smith. Bogdanović picking up that last basket. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wiseman with the rebound. Pistons leading by 11. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Bogdanovich. Got a piece of it. Pushing it up.
Two shots. Foul. Two.
Teams nowadays tracking deflections in addition to steals. Were they something you were aware of when you played defense, Greg?
Even if they weren't tracked, they were valued. And I remember early in my career, that was something with the Knicks that would always emphasize, because deflections were a true indicator of activity, especially defensively.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Wiseman, and finished off by Wiseman.
Oh, that's a big man move by Wiseman, roughing up the D with that emphatic finish.
Rockets trail by 11. Outside, Porter. Cunningham against Green. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Rockets haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Shooting two.
And he knocks down the first one.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Detroit Pistons. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Cunningham passes to Ivy. Cunningham looking it over. And then Cunningham slams it in.
How about that dunk for Cunningham? Putting a punctuation mark on that one.
Here's Green. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Outside, Porter. Pass to Şengün. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, another miss by Houston.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Outside, Porter. Smith trying to break loose. No good on the triple.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
And here's Ivy. Pulls it up. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They get it back. Şengün. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw dropped for Şengün. Şengün hits them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Here's Cunningham. He's got 7. Right side, Bogdanovich. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul. Duren, he's checked in for the Pistons. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
He's covered by Bogdanovich. They kick it out to Green. Five on the clock. Pass to Şengün. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 3 assists now in this one. Now, here's Ivy. Guarded by Porter. Now, here's Ivy. And stolen by Şengün. Here's Green. That one, no good. And Detroit the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
The kick out to Porter. And it's blocked. Here's Şengün. Missed it, even after all those chances.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
And finished off by Bagley.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
And so it's Houston with it. 9-point game. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And there's the pass to Green. Lets it go with a 3. Detroit with the rebound. Duren's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Here's Ivy. Passes it to Bagley. Now here's Duren. Cunningham for 3. They get it again. Second chance shot. Bagley trying to free himself up. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Jabari Smith picks one up. The Pistons have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
That's good from Durham. So for the Pistons, Burks, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. Diallo comes in for Cade Cunningham. And Hayes subbed in for Ivy. And he makes both free throws. And so much great talent coming into the league, Greg, every year. That 2021 draft class, in particular, looks very strong.
Absolutely. Anytime you got just a couple potential stars, but from the looks of it, upwards of 5, you know it's been a special draft.
Timeout called the Rockets.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Here's Christopher. We saw him with 10 points last game. Washington passes to Şengün. Here's Tate. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Now here's Hayes. He's covered by Washington. And Duren slams it in.
Watching Hayes, he keeps his eyes up, always looking for a better shot, either for himself or his teammates.
Rockets trail by 13. Now Washington. Pass to Tate. Here's Christopher. Houston moving it around. Here's Washington. Duren pulls it in.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Burks finds Hayes. The Rockets pull it in. Washington with it. Pass to Martin. They need this one. Back to Washington. Takes the 3. The Rockets with a new 14. And it's Martin missing. Pistons leading by 13. The pass to Duren. Bagley kicks to Diallo. A second chance effort. And it's laid in by Bagley. Bagley's got 4 points in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Passes it to Christopher. Back to Washington. He lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Diallo. Sinks the triple. Diallo's got 7 points in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Washington. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Bounce past Tate. Martin against Bagley. 5 to shoot. Martin kicks to Şengün. The Rockets with another miss.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout or do you let your guys try to fight through it? You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
And stolen by Diallo. Now Detroit moving it up. And Duren slams it in. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 18 rebounds.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Christopher. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Martin. It's deflected. 1:22 left in the first half of basketball. Now here's Hayes. He's covered closely, and he comes up with the deuce. And that's 11 points for Marvin Bagley.
And he's just an attacking player, a guy who doesn't mind a little contact. Bagley there with a strong finish.
Houston's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Christopher the pass to Martin. Here's Tate. Washington trying to break free. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. For Houston, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls for the Pistons. James Wiseman, he's checked in for Duren. And it's Stewart in for Bagley. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Garuba's checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Pistons leading by 21. And here's Hayes. In the corner, it's Diallo. Misses the 3.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
The Rockets have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. Pistons leading by 20. 36 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Wiseman. Now here's Diallo. 7 points in the game. And Garuba pulls it down. Garuba's got his 4th rebound in this one. Tate the pass to Christopher. Three seconds left. No good that time. And so it's the Detroit Pistons controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are in blowout territory, leading by 20. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
Their passing was clearly superior in the first half. They were playing a team game, not one-on-one basketball. Good player movement, good ball movement, and they have a healthy lead to show it.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
They really need to focus on finding quality shots. If they can't create for themselves in the second half, things will only get worse. And I'm talking about the high percentage looks, not contested threes.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Marvin Bagley.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. They've got Ivy, Duran out there with Hayes. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Cunningham in at the 2-guard. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Rockets trail by 20. Outside, Green. Houston moving the ball around. From outside the arc, Duran pulls it in. Duran's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Cunningham outside. Back to Bogdanovic. The dish now to Ivy. Here's the 3. Rebound by Smith. And for Houston, they're shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here.
And with Ivy, he gives you the physical traits you want at guard. Long, strong, athletic, lots of upside.
Green kicks to Smith. In the corner, Şengün with it. Just 4 to shoot. The shot comes out.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
There's the triple. Grabs the rebound again. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Ivy especially effective in the open floor.
Outstanding burst and speed. Plays with a high motor, and he's always in attack mode.
Marvin Bagley's checked in for Hayes. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here is Porter. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
Now, here's Ivy. Cunningham dishes it to Bagley. Back to Cunningham. Over Green. And Cunningham gets it to go on the assist by Bagley. 9 points for Cade Cunningham. Pass to Şengün. And the wide open shot from Green. Gets an open look and hits. Green's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it.
Now, here's Ivy. Bogdanovic finds Cunningham. Inside. Here's Bagley. No good on that one. Excellent defense there from Smith. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Houston. Bagley with the rebound.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's got 9. Count it.
The effectiveness of Bogdanovic, able to work from anywhere and to get a good shot.
Outside, Green. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Down low, here's Porter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Porter's got his second bucket of the game to go.
A springy guard, Porter Jr. can rise up with the best of them.
Cunningham outside. And it's Bagley at the elbow. It's Bogdanovic on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Cunningham on the wing. Over Green. Cunningham's shot is off. Rockets trail by 20. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, thank you very much. The Rockets are in a full rebuild, and they have a young roster which is taking its lumps. But Coach Stephen Silas says we very rarely give up. This team has a lot of fight, character, and grit, and we are learning. Kevin, it's a long process, but it's worth doing.
Yep, no shortcuts, David, but the journey is the reward. They're building from the ground up. It's fun to watch, and we thank you for that story.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And, Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second-chance opportunities.
And the Rockets with possession here after the basket by Detroit. Smith outside from downtown. Detroit with the rebound. Duran's Pistons leading by 22. Cunningham left side. He dishes it to Ivy. And there's the call on Kevin Porter. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Bogdanovich looking around. Here's Bagley. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Bagley's got 4 this quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And the Rockets with possession here. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Timeout called the Rockets. Nice game. Great performance by Marvin Bagley.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
And the Rockets making a change here. Garuba's checked in. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Count the basket.
I mean, that's a good job working the ball inside and getting a quality shot.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And I just love his competitiveness he's showing there. Team might be down, but a drive like that could spark them.
Now, here's Cunningham. 9 points in the game so far. Bagley the pass to Bogdanovich. And Detroit again with the bucket.
One of the wrinkles Bojan has added to his game, operating with efficiency in the mid-range area.
For Houston, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Outside, Green. And the pass to Garuba. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Wiseman comes in for Duran, and Diallo subbed in for Bogdanovich. Tate, he's checked in for Houston. Now, here's Ivy. The kick out to Cunningham. No good from outside. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That is his first foul of the game. Houston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Porter finds Green. Outside, Porter. Cloak loose. Smith left side. Rocket 6.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole. I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now, he's hurting the team.
Cunningham inside. Porter's there. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Burks, he's checked in for Detroit. The Rockets also changing it up. Martin's checked in for Smith. Josh Christopher comes in for Jalen Green. And Washington subbed in for Kevin Porter. Now, here's Tate. Marvin Bagley missing his last shot. Passes to Christopher. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the tray. Christopher's got 6 points.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now, here's Ivy. Pass to Diallo. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Bagley. Second shot opportunity, and the shot is good. 17 points in the game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And he lobs it up toward the rim and finished off by Martin.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now, here's Ivy. To the paint, here's Bagley. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Out to the right wing. It's Washington high post. And it's Houston with another.
This is what you do when your opponent's trying to take away the three and the painted area.
Detroit leading by 21. And here's Ivy. This is to Burks. Shoots over Tate. Burks can't get it to go. Houston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Pistons.
They are dominating the paint in this one. Consistent work inside throughout the game.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
And he knocks down the first one. Detroit making a switch here. Stewart's checked in. Smith checked in for the Rockets. Washington hits them both. Pistons leading by 19. Now, here's Ivy. Pass to Diallo. Fires for 3. That shot, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. Martin finds Washington. And here is Tate. Guarded by Stewart. There's the pass to Martin. Back to Washington. And a miss there on the triple.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
And there it is for him.
That's like a horse shot. A very brave shot to go with, but he got it to go.
Rockets trail by 21. Pass to Christopher.
Get there.
Now Martin. Here's Smith. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
It's just one trip down the court, but you have to have short memory in this league or you won't last long.
Porter's checked in for the Rockets. And Jabari Smith, of course, with deep family ties, Greg, to the NBA.
His dad being the OG Jabari. All these guys are in that 6'10", 6'11" range, so great bloodline. It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Back to Porter. Right side, Martin. Shot clock at 5. From the line. Tate, no good. Pistons leading by 23. Here's Ivy.
Get through.
And 1:01 left in the third. Stripped away. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Now Tate, looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Another miss by Houston. Burks with it, and it's Martin picking him up. They break it out, 5-on-3. A shot by Tate with no one around. Misses the 3. The Pistons shooting reasonably well, 45%. Diallo with it. 11 points in the game. Pass to Burks. From the arc. And it's Isaiah Stewart with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Smith outside. To end the drought. Off the mark. Marvin Bagley has been on display for the Pistons. After a fantastic quarter, he's sitting on a double-double. And there's nowhere to go but up for him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
We got to get down and get engaged at the end. All right, be precise. Send the ball to the screen. Come across the screen. Focus on the defensive end. Let's go.
There you hear Dwayne Casey asking for more precision on offense and more attention to detail on defense.
Yeah, carry out your assignments on both ends. Do the little things that ultimately make a big difference in the outcome of a game.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Houston. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Houston Rockets. And player nicknames are a fun part of covering the games. Now a lot of guys, GA, are just going with their initials, like KD or AD or KG. Do we need more creativity?
I don't know, Kevin. Maybe the league could give guys a cash bonus for picking a nickname. Initials excluded. That might spark some creativity. You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Hayes, no good.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
So both teams making some changes here. .60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Cunningham for 3. Tries again. Offensive rebound. Stewart. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Kicks it to Porter. Cunningham against Green. 6 to shoot. Here's Smith. Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 11 rebounds in the game. Looking to get back on track here. And then Cunningham slams it in.
shifty, but always in control. Great dribble move by Cade.
You know we have to see that great mobile one drive one more time.
Still going hard, and that kind of energy and effort is how they built this lead.
Green, the pass to Smith, over Bagley. The Rockets again can't hit. The Pistons have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Cunningham kicks to Stewart. Steve, you played all 4 years at Michigan State. When you think about the fun you had there, what was more enjoyable, playing college basketball or in the pros?
Kevin, I have to be honest, both was fantastic. Winning college those 4 years was something I'll never forget. But then obviously, ultimately, you want to make it to the NBA, and I got a chance to do that. So both were fantastic in my eyes.
Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Yeah, the length and height of Bogdanovich is impressive. Outstanding at slamming it down there when he got the chance.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Green passes to Smith. Şengün with the ball. Stewart on him, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is off for the Pistons. Wiseman comes in for Bagley, and it's Burks in for Ivy. And a change for the Rockets. Kaminsky is checked in for Alperen Şengün. And he ends up missing both free throws. The Pistons have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Burks against Porter. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Stewart.
Wow, Stewart goes up and comes down hard, not allowing for any interference on the alley-oop.
And for Houston, they're shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. The feed to Kaminsky. And the media is able to vote on awards like All-Rookie, but Greg, those awards can end up determining a player's max salary. Any concern there?
No doubt there is, but somebody has to decide those awards, right? And no matter who it is, there's always going to be some pushback. So as long as contracts are tied to them, that power will be in someone else's hands.
Here is Cunningham after the Rockets pick up 3. Back to Burks. Over Green. Here's Stewart. They get it back. Wiseman kicks to Bogdanovich. No good on the triple. And here's Houston. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Green, the pass to Kaminsky. And here is Green. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Wow, take care of the basketball. Something he did a great job of in the first half, but not so much here in the second.
So for the Pistons, Duren, he's checked in for Wiseman. Bagley comes in for Isaiah Stewart. And Ivy subbed in for Burks. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Şengün's checked in. Now here's Cunningham. Going inside. And the layup falls.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Cunningham's gotten 6 baskets in 14 attempts. Pass to Green. Houston moving the ball around. Now with the ability to play a soft zone, can Team Steve hide their weaker defenders?
I think it's great, Kevin, for a possession or two. And it works sometimes. But good offenses always find the weak link.
Now, here's Ivy. Drives to the hoop. Lays it up off the glass.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And here are the Rockets now. Outside, Green. Right wing. Now, here's Şengün. D right on him. Now the pass to Smith. Drills the baseline jumper. 14 points for Smith.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Outside, Bagley. He kicks it to Ivy. He gets it in there. And it's 6 points for Jaden Ivey.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Rockets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Passes it to Smith. And here is Green. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
The Pistons have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Ivy passes to Bagley. Kicks to Ivy. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Bogdanovich, no luck. And it's Porter with the ball for Houston. Bagley with the rebound. Bogdanovich left side. Good for another field goal. Number 5 on the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
A tale of two halves. He's really turned it around here, scoring the ball.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Back to Porter. And for a while there, Greg, it seemed like we were entering the super team era. But lately, homegrown talent, players you draft and develop or sign and develop, seems to be the way teams are going.
Yeah, and it's not easy to maintain a culture when you're bringing in stars from outside. We've seen some cautionary examples here of late.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
There's Green with the 3. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Detroit's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. The Pistons rebound. And the rejection by Smith. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group. Whoops, they pick off the pass. To the inside, Tate. And Tate throws it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Now, here's Ivy. Here's Wiseman. Pass delivers. Got a piece of it. Diallo's checked in for Ivy. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Launches a 3, and Tate gets it to go.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Looks smart when the shots are going down.
They get a hand on it. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Christopher. Pass to Washington. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Detroit leading by 23. Now, here's Hampton. Greg, you think of everything that goes into making it to the NBA as a player. Did it come easy for you, or was it all work?
It's easy, really, to overlook the grind, but when you love the game, all those hours in the lab don't feel quite like work. At least not until you start getting a little longer in the tooth.
And stolen by Ivy. Outside, Bogdanovich. Diallo, the pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Diallo. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Houston's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Ivy. To the middle. Shot good by Diallo.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
Now here's Tate. Corner outside. Drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
And the Pistons with possession here. Following the three by Houston that went in. Here's Diallo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
And his teammates appreciate the unselfishness. Bogdanovich willing to get it to his open guys.
Houston's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Green kicks to Porter. Now here's Şengün. Defense is right there. The kick out to Porter. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
Pistons leading by 22. And here's Ivy. The pass delivers. The Pistons working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. Iceman no good.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
To the inside, Smith. Wiseman with the rebound. And Detroit has possession. Passes it to Diallo. Pass delivers. Shoots over Tate. And it's Livers missing. Now Washington. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Marvin. Big game tonight. A change in your approach, or was it just one of those nights?
I just try to come out and play, man. I try to come out and do what I normally do, let the game come to me, and we won the game. So that was the number one goal that I had, is just to win. That's what we did tonight. So we got to keep building on it and moving forward.
Well, things are looking good, man. Congrats again on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.